Ready? Begin. Mr. Speaker, I rise to express my views on the resolution on center-state relations brought forward before this House. During the last few years, a debate is going on in this country for re-evaluation of the center-state relationship. No doubt our constitution has stood the test of time for the last 40 years. But after our experiment with the constitution and with our experience, many of us have found that there should be a restructuring of the relationship between these two. It is also a fact which cannot be denied that whichever party has come to power, there have been aberrations of political life and the center has taken over some of the powers of the states. Whoever we comments discussing about the center-state relationship, I think we begin on two wrong premises. The first wrong premise is the one when we talk in terms of more powers to the states, it is as if at the expense of the center, or as if it automatically follows that the one who talks of greater powers or autonomy to the states wants lesser power, influence or strength to the center. The second wrong premise which I found in this discussion is that this is taken as a subject matter of discussion between the party which is ruling at the center and those parties which are ruling in the states. I do not think that both these premises are based on the realities of the situation. It is a concept applicable to all, irrespective of the party to which one may belong for the time being. So far as this question is concerned, I am in favor of more powers and autonomy being given to the states, but it does not mean that I advocate a weak center. If Indian polity is to survive and to grow strong, there must be a harmony in the relationship between the two. Now, one very important area on which a fresh look is necessary is the financial relations. Whenever we ask a question about this, the answer invariably is that this is a state subject and the states are responsible for it. Of course, the states are virtually responsible for everything. They are responsible for the road construction, for the health problems, for the educational issues, and for several other things. They are concerned with the day-to-day exercise and well-being of the people. But unfortunately, if the states are to discharge their duties, they must have the financial resources needed by them. In this respect, all the financial resources available in the country are now retained by the center. It appears as though all assets belong to the center and all liabilities belong to the states. This is the unfortunate position in which many states find themselves in. The government should ponder over this aspect of the matter. There are several areas in which the central state government has been taking decisions on its own. It is said that certain industries which are of national interest must be a central subject. Over the years, we have found that industry after industry has been taken by the center without any rationale or justification for doing so. It is not known how those industries have suddenly been discovered to be of national interest. The Sarkaria Commission did make reference to this. We have seen, for instance, that in the case of oil, every time the states have to beg for some royalties. The union government earns thousands of crores of rupees by profit and otherwise, but only a pittance is given to the states. Very correctly, a reference has been made to the Planning Commission and the Finance Commission.